All right. Hello and welcome to Fragments of Remains, session 27. Go around the table and check in with each of our players, as we normally do. See how their week was. Let's start with Modar. How was your week, bud?
Going real good. Got my new PC up and running and enjoying all of that. And yeah, everything's been good this week.
With that new video card,
Yes, the one
notice
part
like a
I've
big
been.
improvement on it, or no?
I do. I mean, I went from a laptop with a 1070 to a desktop with a 3070. So
Then yeah, I'd hope so. That
I
seems like
mean,
what my upgrade was. I think it was like 5 years, older than the 1080i's when those came out. And when I did that upgrade, which is probably the equivalent, maybe yours is a little bit more. You can tell a massive difference. It's so good, so nice.
oh, it is so nice. I mean, I was having a lot of hard times with Star Citizen and stuff, and now it's loading up with no problem at all. I actually got it into Cyberpunk here this week, so enjoying that a lot. I wouldn't even try that before, not with the way that was running. And from 16 gigs to 32 gigs makes a big difference too.
What do you run Cyberpunk at?
I'm at ultra high right now,
So
like everything
nice.
on. Yeah, no, I've got everything on. Yeah, no, it is very, very nice.
The fog effects in that game alone are just peak.
Mm-hmm. But that's awesome. I'm glad that you got the part. I was kind of curious of how long it would take. I was gonna ask you last week, but I figured it wouldn't take more than a week.
No, all looking good.
Awesome. Sadashi, how was your week?
No complaints here, man. Just working and coming home and doing things around the house. Haven't bought anything new, but I did sell my table saw. I made a profit off of it.
You made a profit off a used table saw?
Yeah,
Damn, what a salesman.
I know, man. I almost had something today, but it was sold before I could get a hold of them. But they had two items for 150 total, and one of those items, brand new, is $700. So I was going to just clean them up and just turn around and sell them for like 450 to make a quick buck.
I know a couple people doing that right now. Just like shopping around garage sales and things of that manner. I don't know how much money they've been making, but they said they've been making some pretty decent money. When you can turn around and make like $200-300 in a day off of just selling a few things here and there.
Oh
It's not bad.
yeah, it'd been an hour drive one way, but I figured the market for what they were trying to sell was probably a lot better where I'm at.
But $300 for an hour or 2 hours worth of work is a pretty good return.
Yeah, I should have. Yesterday I should have called the lady, but I didn't. I didn't check until last night and seen how much the stuff was worth, and then today it was still posted this morning. But by the time I called her at lunchtime, it was sold.
Yeah, usually good deals like that go quick. But that's awesome. Glad that you're at least making a couple of extra bucks here and there. Togo, how was your week?
Pretty good. I flew back from Texas and then I drove up to Virginia and moved all of my girlfriend's stuff into our new apartment, and we got everything set up and we're organizing a bunch. And then I drove back to Tennessee to my parents' house today, where I got in just not but moments ago. So
Like you
everything's
said
going
earlier,
good, and
perfect timing.
yeah, and I start my new job on Monday. So
Sick.
hopefully things go well. I may be sketchy for Tuesday depending on how late we go and things like that. I don't know exactly how firm my new schedule will be. I will.
And how's
Let
your
you
other
guys
half
know.
doing? How was your week?
Oh, she's
No, in game. What was it? Zay Moonday?
Doing well, thank you. Just moved into a new apartment. Has a really good view.
I feel like
I
that's
think you mean
sarcasm.
to go actually.
It depends on if you. I was trying to make a play as the. Imagine the apartment as Togo's head.
Okay. So quite large.
Very roomy.
Very spacious. Not much in there.
Well, since Alencia got here just in time, Alencia, how was your week? Mic check. 1, 2.
It's a week to work. So
You're real low, bud.
might talk louder.
It sounds like you're really far away. I'm wondering if you got the right mic selected.
You make a good point.
I'm gonna lower my volume before he blows my ears out.
Yep, I 100% just did that to like 20%.
I feel it coming.
Did that? Was I too loud for something?
No. Currently, I have you at 150.
Okay, then that sounds like it's doing well.
All right, do it one more time for me. I'm gonna put you up to like 150 myself.
This is me talking normally.
All right, 200 it is.
Okay.
So did you have a good week, bud?
I guess so. Sure.
And that sounds super convincing.
It's hard to say it's good until I actually get paid.
Spoken like a
legit.
person who's been working their entire life already.
Feels like that's all I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much the game for a while. Just got to keep making more and more money, moving up, getting better at what you're doing. But with that in mind, who would like to take the lead on the recap for last week?
I guess I will. So, I guess I went and talked to to the ship captain that I was referred to the week before, and he basically said, we'll talk to you later, and he came by later and had some drinks, but in the meantime, I went and sat down and was playing music with the gnome and got into some sort of duel with a magic guitar, or a lute, and I eventually won, in which I was granted or got some kind of pick, and then a bunch of things happened, and now I have a friend in my head. And Alencia may or may not have cast a healing spell, and I may or may not have charmed a bunch of people with music that I played unintentionally. And then everybody thought something was going on with me, don't know why, acting perfectly normal. And so they tied me up and brought me into a warehouse where they had conversations, and apparently something is going on with me. And we were kind of like, me and the other person in my head were kind of becoming okay with each other. And then we heard somebody yelling, I think they went this way, and that's about where we ended. And I guess we saw the champion fight as well.
That is true. Anyone have anything they'd like to add to that?
Well, yeah, say there was the fight. We managed to. Did we have the actual the final fight, or was it just the champion fighting and we watched? Or no, yeah. She didn't fight, did she, last week?
No.
No, Valencia did not.
All right, so yeah, we did that, and then we did tie him up. We tied Togo up, trying to figure out what was going on, and figure out who's in his head, and found out that it's a prejudice, and that we need to. We're trying to figure out what to do about it while hiding in the barn.
Yeah. I would say that's fairly decent recap. I must admit I was a little bit shocked on the fact it took a little bit for each of you to get interested when Togo started having another voice come out of his mouth.
Valencia is not about it.
I can tell.
Well,
What can I say? It's a match made in heaven.
Or hell.
Potato, potato.
well, on the potato note, we'll get into tonight's game with this. We continue on May 2nd, year 1101. After watching the only match in the tournament today, Valencia decides to heal the champion after a close bout with Zanashi's old tribe members. This does alarm some of the patrons in the tavern, and with that, each of you decide it may be best to find a place to hide in order to find out more information concerning the black obsidian pick Togo has obtained, and to avoid wandering eyes as well. With a bit of discovered privacy, your time alone may be running short as shouts are heard. I think they went this way. With each of you hearing this, you have Zanashi already kind of watching the door. And with that, Zanashi, you will notice Captain Chilson, the overseer of Raisk, that governs the city while the druids are away, with 5 townsfolk, a couple you notice find familiar from the tavern, and 5 guards. They're roughly 200 feet away, and their attention seems to be focused opposite from your direction.
But they're heading towards us?
They're heading in, like you guys are like on like the southeast side of the street, but they seem to be focused more on the north side.
I'm going to alert the others. Heads up, everybody. We might be having some visit from the guards here in a minute.
Then we should probably get back to our rooms.
Get back to where?
Go to your room and separate.
That
doesn't sound like a good plan.
To our rooms.
It's where we're
Especially if
supposed
they're
to be
looking
in the
for
first
us.
place. If they're looking for us, then we should be in a place where we should be found. Besides, I don't think I've done anything wrong in the first place.
Yeah, so my understanding on the whole magic practice, we're not supposed to be doing it, but I don't know how healing works. I know we can defend ourselves with magic, but they never really determine to what extent whether healing magic is. If you can defend yourself with magic, I don't know why you can't help somebody. But I suppose we'll find out.
I think what we were told was if your life was on the line. Because isn't the penalty death?
It is, yes.
I would rather not find out. I'd rather not find out the firsthand if what they think is magic qualifies as what you did. Do you want me to turn me and Valencia invisible for a little bit, and you guys get found and have a conversation with them, and we'll hang out quietly, see what happens.
Well, Togo, are you comfortable with your situation at the moment?
I mean, I don't see that there's something we can do.
A suggestion. They may be fans of Tugo and myself. Perhaps our charming effect in the tavern has attracted them. They may only be looking for I.
They could be looking for us, but
Yes, us.
Why
I
would they be
rarely-
looking for you?
Check over here
I
in this
rarely
one.
find it.
If they
Untie us.
if they think I've done something wrong, then they should have arrested me immediately.
Untie us, somebody.
All right, untie Togo. Valencia, go ahead, untie him.
I will. I don't trust you, though.
Well, thank you, Alencia.
Does it sound like they're getting closer?
It does. At the moment, they are just under 100 feet away. You've taken a look outside of the little bits of cracks and stuff in the stable area that you found. You can see them still moseying about, looking about through the abandoned stables and through haystacks and things of the nature in the area.
So what's the decision? Do you want us to sneak out or pretend like nothing's wrong?
Oh, we don't need to be found in here. This does look suspicious. I agree. Is there a back way out? Can we get out the opposite direction of the barn, or is there only the front door?
There is. You can sneak out the back way. If you all would like to roll me a stealth check and try to make your way out.
Before we try to make our way out, I walk up to Alencia, put my hand on her, and cast invisibility at a 3rd level.
But I feel like that's the last thing we need right now is more magic.
Just Alencia?
And myself.
And yourself, okay.
3rd level's 2 people, but yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was curious on why it was 3rd level, because I only heard Alencia, so I was like, okay, I mean, if you want to, it doesn't really do anything else, but okay. Yeah, great idea, turning you both invisible. Got it?
Would that
I'm going to hang here as they all slip away.
well, I'm gonna
and,
head.
making sure that they get away. Where should I meet you all at? I'm going to stay behind.
I'm going back to the tavern where I should be.
Yes, that's the direction I'm headed. Everybody knows I'm a magic user. I have not hidden that fact, and I haven't used it. I haven't been used since I could. And I will slip out the back.
My magic's more subtle. I imagine I can still justify it.
I guess I'll head back to the tavern too, or at least try to.
Okay,
Listen,
so
I'm trying to get back there without, like, I'm not trying to be, like, sneaky, but just trying to get back there without drawing attention to myself.
And do I see, like, if I look around and everything, do I see, like, any kind of little critters that might be discreetly by a building somewhere, kind of like a rat or anything?
yeah. Found a couple, definitely a couple rats in here.
I mean, like outside.
I mean, you can see them scurrying going in between the cracks from inside and out.
Okay, as Modar goes out the back, I'm assuming, are you the last one out, Modar?
I don't know where who else is in here. I'm the only one that's visible because the other two are
correct.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
stealth check from Alencia advantage.
Okay, so as they leave out the back, I want to make sure I keep the guards' attention from going around back. So I'm going to go out the front door, and when I see one of those rats, I'm going to pull my axe out and try to chase a rat down and hit it with my axe, and just goddamn rats! I can't fucking stand these rats.
Ah, there's one. Orc.
There's what?
Orc. You hear the Captain Chilson call out towards you.
How can I help you?
Where would your friends be? They
No.
seem to have caused quite a bit. I should say, just more of a commotion rather than anything back at the tavern.
What do you mean they caused a commotion?
You all were cheering and clapping along, and well, got everyone it seems a bit caught up in a haze. The little one, I believe the name was Togo.
Huh. I haven't noticed anything odd today, like you're describing.
Well, there are a few reports that after your friend got done playing, some of our townsfolk were missing their undergarments. I'm not really sure how they lost them, but then saw them with Togo.
Well, he is a very skilled musician, and the ladies do tend to pull their undergarments off for him willingly.
Well, I would like to see this. If the performance is as such, then it must be one not just for the eyes, but for the ears as well. Could you speak with your friend and have him perform before tomorrow's final brawl?
I shall certainly do that.
She'll put her hand on your shoulder, give you a bit of a smile, and say, "Thank you, Orc." Give a couple pats and then turn.
I so bad want to smack her on the ass, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to turn and start walking back to the rooms.
And as you make your way away, can you give me a perception check?
Very perceptious.
You can hear the captain call out, "The message has been delivered. We shall have quite the performance for tomorrow." And nearly every one of the individuals is erupting out into a cheer. Clapping, hooting, some even stomping their feet as you make your way away.
All right. So I'll make my way back and go gather everybody up. Everybody need to have a talk.
Once I feel like nobody's paying attention to me, I would like to drop my invisibility.
I had a talk with the guard captain.
I'm assuming we can make it back to the tavern, all right, following Modar.
Yep,
Like,
everyone can
let him
make their
look
way
in
back to the
and-
Belly Hot Brewery. And
Okay.
other than the bit of conversation, you saw that they started to slightly gather around, heading towards Zanashi once you caused that bit of commotion. But when you make your way back, Zanashi, you can find each of your friends in their rooms and gather them up.
Time to have a group meeting. I've got some bit of information.
Information. Ooh, I like information.
So here's the deal, guys and gal. We're in a little bit of a pickle. Tomorrow, Togo, you're going to need to perform the best performance of your life. because your life depends on it, and so does everyone in the parties. I was told that right before the fight, the final fight, you're to perform. And if that guard captain's panties don't come off, we're all going to be beheaded. You think you can pull that off?
I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
I'll
I
say-
think you're selling us short, Tugo.
I mean, I think we can probably do it, but is it maybe a good thing if they don't come off and it's just a really good performance and not the best they've ever heard? If they're like accusing us of magic?
She was pretty adamant that her panties need to come off.
Well, I mean,
No, Zanashi, I highly doubt she said that.
Has that
Were
ever
you
happened?
there? Did you hear her?
I was not and did not. I find that very unlikely.
I think Zanashi's on to something. Is it really even a party if no one's undergarments come off? I mean, come on.
that's a fair point.
Yes.
We
I think
make
I
a
might
good
start. I think I'm starting to like your new personality, Togo.
All right. Well, let's take a step back here for a second. Now, Mr. Z here, we need to be very careful. Magic is not permitted in this area. If they start suspecting that there's some sort of magical interference going on, it will be the loss of Togo's head. And I'm pretty sure that means you lose yours as well. What happens after that? Well, you tell me whether you survive that or not.
Like I said, Tugo and I, we're immortal now.
I would appreciate us being cautious in the future.
You trying to tell me that we don't want a party?
I'm telling you that you probably don't have to prove anything.
Party like it's 1969.
Hell yeah.
That's in the future. What are you talking about?
Hey, we don't know what the years are here.
Could be a
Well,
long
I guess
time
we
ago in a
do.
galaxy far, far
11
away.
what?
1969 BC.
969.
Well, like
To
I
be fair, demons really aren't good at timekeeping. Kind of irrelevant in hell.
I'm sure. But at the end of the day, we need to try and do what we can to make sure everybody walks out of that competition alive.
Well, then what are we waiting for?
At the moment, I believe we're just time to relax and have, and hopefully, Alencia will be able to perform well tomorrow.
I'll be fine.
Well, Mayor chimes in. You don't seem very enthusiastic. Your friend has made it to the final round. Figured you'd be celebrating with some drinks.
Yes, definitely. A round of drinks to the table. I'm sorry, she's doing her best to try and stay focused. The champion does not look like it will be a slouch match at all.
What's there to celebrate? Valencia hasn't won yet.
Zanashi, you may not have heard of this, but Where I come from, we have a term. It's called pre-gaming. It's when you get as drunk as possible before the event, and then you go in drunk to the event, and then the after party happens. At which point, it only gets better.
But if we're drunk for the main event, then we don't have our wits about us in case things go south. And especially if Togo doesn't perform as expected. I need my wits to be able to try to protect us.
It should be fine as long as I'm not drinking myself.
Yes. I didn't think we'd be getting Alencia to drink anyhow.
Okay, you're sure that y'all want me to get drunk?
I want you to do whatever you want to do.
Okay. Let's get fucked up.
That sounds lovely.
Drinking montage.
Y'all might want to keep your running shoes on.
Could we roll a D8 to see how many tables are broken in the next 8 hours?
As long as it's a +7. With that in mind, you all nearly have, just under 24 hours till tomorrow's fight midday. But if you all wish to start pre-gaming and drinking now, I think it's fair to say I don't think we'll need any con saves.
Is it daylight right now?
Yes.
I want to wait till it's about an hour before dark. I want to slip out.
Okay.
Modar. I've looked through all the books I have. I don't dare start studying any spells in here. All right. Yeah, he's just gonna go back into the books and start taking notes and doing what he can to do any prep about the keep comparing, and just I said I'm sure there's nothing you can find, but he's gonna be buried in these books, comparing the stories and the notes we have, the drawings we have to the definitions in there, and seeing if he can get any more information. I know he can, but that's all he's focused on at this point, because he doesn't have time to go down and check at the other port about things.
Got it. Well, since like you said, you've practically pulled out all the information that you can. We'll forego the roll, and that way you can pretty much just tidy up your notes, finding anything that may be linking other questions to each other and maybe to some answers.
I'll hang out more with Modar, and if he has extra stuff to go through, just help him out and look up and say, we could always ask me if we know any more information about the Elysian dynasty.
That is...
I do have an entire new consciousness that might have information.
That is an interesting possibility, considering he probably has been, it is possible he's been around that long and has definitely traveled.
Well, Demon,
How
do
long
you want to
have you
make
been
yourself
along?
useful?
Muted, sorry. I have been around a great while, and believe me, many a great parties were had, but I don't know too much about an Elysian dynasty. Never much of a history buff.
Oh, you never partied on a flying ship.
Well, maybe not on this plane of reality.
That's a fair point.
This is a little bit off topic.
They're a little bit more common in hell.
But what are you planning to do with Togo?
Like I said, we're married now.
But what do you get out of this?
But
A free ride?
So you're just a leech.
A new partner in crime? I must say, Togo's much preferable to previous partners I've had. At least, Tugo is interesting.
That is true. I am interesting.
Extremely.
How long is this partnership?
Immortal.
Or probably, I guess, until I'm not interesting, but that's never going to happen.
As Mayor keeps bringing you all a few more tankards of ale and little bits of wine and rum, whiskey, things to change it up here and there, hearing little bits of your conversation, he'll just say, I don't know what game y'all are playing, but y'all are fucking weird.
Well, thank you very much.
We're foreigners from somewhere far away. I'm sure it's natural. Culture shock and everything.
We'll say.
Nah, I don't mind. You all pay your coin and you don't bother anybody. It's just saying, it's a bit odd. Hear the conversations time to time.
Yes, they're very provocative.
What can I say?
Well-
It's a new act we're trying.
Well, speaking of acts, what if tomorrow's performance turned into, let's say, a competition between the new Togo and the old Togo? See,
Didn't we already do that part?
well, it wouldn't hurt to maybe do it again. You never know. Maybe it will. It'll help the situation.
True. One does play better when they're competing against another. You know, performance really drives, or competition really drives performance.
Finally, someone who gets it. We'll play, and together we'll burn the house down.
Bring the house down.
Yes.
Potato, potato. I got you.
Well, then this could be very interesting.
I wish you luck.
Just double checking, everyone's participating in drinking, correct?
Motar is not like he's gonna have a drink in front of him, sipping once in a while, but he's not like drinking. He's focusing on his work.
Yeah, I'm participating.
Togo?
I myself am not drinking extremely heavy, but I don't know about myself.
Tugo?
Mediocre.
And Alencia.
No.
Okay.
What can I say? I'm drinking for two. Go.
Nice. That was kind of funny.
Ah, yes. The best compliment I'm used to receiving.
You're welcome. As it goes on, as the day kind of starts to wind down, only a few individuals come in, purchasing some kegs and cask. You do recognize Sanser popping in, and when she sees you, Alencia, she just gives you a nice, respectful nod, and makes sure that you're prepared and looking forward for the day.
She bows in return.
She will wish you a bit of luck, and then kind of just depart. Nothing extremely, I guess, notable, but just, you know, a nice, pleasant hello, or a little bit of a respectful hello, I should say. And then we get to the point where it is just about an hour from dark.
I would want to ask uh, for the rules of fighting. She would ask, in a situation where if I lose and I'm beaten while on the ground, is there any chance or any enforcement for you to perhaps not beat someone while they're down and potentially kill them?
You can always forfeit.
That seems very vague on what forfeiting will
Tap
actually
out
look
if you feel like you're not going to be able to get up, then yell, uncle, tap the ground. I mean, there's plenty of ways to be able to get out.
But is there no referee for this? Surely they know when someone is beaten, and they can't do anything to respond.
Look, if you're worried about what the champion did earlier today, then I wouldn't just go for any cheap shots.
I have a feeling I might make him angry tonight, or tomorrow night. And he might do something ruthless.
Yeah, he spoke nothing but kind words about you once you and your friends kind of scampered away quite quickly. But it seems to be a bit of mutual respect.
Well, I'm relieved because that's what I'm hoping for. We're hoping for a fair fight. That's all
I'm
wanted to
hoping
ask.
for an inspired fight.
Well, is that everything, or do you have any more worries on your mind?
I just hope he's doing well.
He'll be fine.
Right. Well, then, that is all.
Well, good night to each of you then. I'll see you tomorrow afternoon.
She'll then retire.
I said I was gonna slip out about an hour before dark.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go look for the shrine.
Got it.
Oh God.
So, as stated from the captain, there is a shrine here, but also the one down to the south that is more acting as a lighthouse to illuminate the coast. But as stated, one here as well. Zanashi, can you give me a dexterity saving throw, please? After a few drunks, you're definitely a bit stupering around. Just want to see how much of a ruckus you make.
Okay, so this ain't I guess an effect that I can see, correct?
Correct. It's just basically like, hey, like you knock over a couple of bar stools and chairs, stumble, kind of make your way into like the door frame, but if you don't break anything on the way out, it's just a little bit rough. You do grab a little bit of attention, but nothing that people haven't seen before leaving the Belly Hot Brewery. Just an intoxicated individual, nothing to raise an alarm. But as you make your way, stupering about through Raisk, you finally make it to the shrine of Nula and Vermeer. A small cauldron sits upon a stone plateau that inside you can see a tiny flame. On a golden plaque, it reads, Nula, goddess of the sun. May you hold your place in the sky and forever give light over the sea.
What is it that I first see? Is it a statue?
It's like a cauldron. Like an
What's it made out
like
of?
an oil lamp. It's made out of stone. You know those like little lanterns that you can hold that have like the hooded lanterns where like you kind of resembling that.
Well, I was looking for a statue. So, I guess, since, it's not like I'm looking for, I'm just going to leave.
All right. A little bit of disappointment on your face as you make your way back to the Belly Hop Brewery. And at this point, the sun's beginning to set. It's going to be relatively close to being able to lay your heads down for a little bit of rest. But nonetheless, a little bit of time to still take care of some things if you all wish to.
I think Togo is good, unless Tugo, you have something you want to take care of.
I think we should practice our song for tomorrow. Make sure we have something prepared.
I think that is a great idea.
I want to make sure we have an absolute panty popper.
I know the best one there is. But first, we should get some water. Because both of us have been drinking.
Teach their own.
Well, anybody else? If not, the only thing I'll need is a performance check from you, Kevo. Or Togo.
For the,
For practicing.
yes.
Okay. Pretty good. It's coming along quite nicely. This, with a little bit of modifications, should be right up there, top-notch song. Best probably ever heard in the land. Definitely within the city.
Love it. Can't wait.
Well, I know Alencia said that she was going to already retire after the little bit of conversation with Sanser. Modar, you just going to finish up reading your book for the night and get some sleep as well?
Yep. Yeah.
Zanashi, you going to keep partying? Or are you going to pass out since no one's really seeming to partake?
Nope, I'm going to party until I drop.
Got it. Well, Zanashi, roll me a d8. Oh, this is perfect. All right. And with that, as each of you, eventually little bits of time separated from one another, get your rest. We can complete the short rest and move along to the morning of May 3rd. So if there's any hit dice that need to be rolled, go ahead and do so now. If not, just make sure to add one, and then we're good. So Togo, Modar, and Alencia, as each of you wake up, make your way down, you will hear what sounds to just be grumbles. You begin to make out the words, little bits at a time, coming around the corner, coming down the stairs. So you hear Mare sweeping up some broken glass and just tidying up the place. Oh, I can't believe that she... I can't believe that she just fell in and broken it right in half. And then as he kind of looks over to his left, you all follow his eyes, and you see Zanashi there, laying in the middle of a table, broken in half, almost perfectly. Both the sides laying on her left and her right.
I pull out my coin purse and say, sorry about that. I'll kind of... What do I owe you for the table?
Well, it's not so much at the table that I'm worried about. It's... She drank over a dozen ales.
You didn't pay for him as she drank him?
She just kept saying, the little one will pay, the little one will pay, over and over.
The little one will pay.
And, well, she wasn't talking about me.
True.
If I could
What do
help
I
you
owe you?
in terms of cleaning, I can help you with it.
I'd appreciate it. And over there to grab a bucket and fill it up with some water. And, well, help clean up a bit of that ale. Don't want it sitting for too long, get a bit sticky.
Right away, sir.
Well, I don't know how long or where you'd found that one, but that's a good lad. That
Oh,
one,
yeah.
pointing over to Zanashi. Well, I think that one meant to have a little bit of dwarf in her. Put some drinks away.
That may be.
He definitely
I wouldn't
has
try to
been
put a little more dwarf in her, if you know what I mean, though. She's feisty.
No, what do you mean?
Well, I wouldn't try to put...
Kidding, don't have to explain. No, I'm not stupid. I'd willing to wake up with all of my parts.
You seemed smart, but I always find it's good to warn people. But
Well-
I'll pay for the ales and the table and whatever else you may do. And
How
From
are
last
you
night,
feeling this morning? Gesturing towards you, Alencia.
I feel quite refreshed.
You going to make me some good coin today? I'm sure that you're, not going to be favored in the fight.
I'm going to put up a very good fight, that's for sure.
Well, I'll put on a good amount of coin for you, and hopefully be able to come back with more than twice as much.
That would be a good investment.
Hey, as Mayor walks over and starts poking Zanashi at a fairly safe distance away with the broom handle, holding the bristles. They'd wake up. Oh, I think she's dead.
I'm sleeping. Leave me alone.
Zanashi, you're not in your room.
It's my room now.
Well,
I
I guess
paid for a room or a place to sleep, and I'm inside the establishment. This is good enough.
how much you like those peeping toms.
What? I jump up. What you mean, peeping toms?
That wasn't so hard. If you're gonna sleep, I'd highly suggest you get to your room before they show up.
Who's gonna show up?
You never know who to come in at any time.
It's a dangerous thing sleeping in a bar floor. If you don't watch the door, you don't know who might walk in.
Speaking of, have you checked your purse to make sure it's still there?
I guess I need to check and make sure I have all of my stuff.
Sure, taking a couple moments to go over everything. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. Yeah, seems like everything's still there.
Yeah, nobody dare take anything from me. You know better than that, Modar.
You and me both know not everybody around here is smart. I have a feeling our friend Togo here has lifted a few items from people such as yourself over the years.
Who, me?
Well, maybe not, but anything is possible now, isn't it?
I mean, I'm not going to say you're wrong per se, but I certainly wouldn't confirm it either.
Well, then, I suppose we should. Valencia, get some food. We need to make sure you're ready to go for today. Don't worry about this cleanup. I'm sure he has other people to do it.
Yeah. Valencia, you need a rub down or anything to get your muscles relaxed and ready?
I feel ready, and I'm gonna do some stretches beforehand, so I'll be fine.
Well, I don't mind helping you. We need you to win.
I appreciate it. But, you know, I'm still not comfortable with the whole. Yeah, just don't take it personally.
I'm not gonna touch you anywhere that's private.
It's an in general thing, Zanashi.
As you wish.
Sorry.
Well, with each of you enjoying some nice refreshments, some milk, juice, some porridge, little bits of fruits, and for
Hair of
breakfast.
the dog.
Togo taking a shot, and then Zanashi, can you roll me a con save, please? You've got a pretty good headache. Nothing that's going to hinder moving along, but Well, probably won't hinder much for you at all. Just seems to kind of break your thought process here and there.
Need some more ale, bartender.
He'll look over and just say, I think not. I would wait till, the table and things are cleaned back up. I don't need you causing more of a mess before everything's fixed.
You telling me you don't want to make any money off the little guy?
You know what? Good point. Little guy, you paying?
I guess I am. Why am I paying this again?
Meryl will shrug. Go get you a tankard of ale, Zanashi. Bring it over to the table.
Because you're my friend, Togo.
I guess. All right. I'll slide like 15 gold across to Meryl and say, does that cover everything?
No idea, that should be enough.
Thank you, Togo. I've got a little bit of a headache and I need to get rid of it. The best way is to drink some more ale.
You're not wrong.
What are you doing over there?
Sorry, chair's riding a little bit high.
Yeah, okay.
Sound like you're farting, man. Like constantly.
That would be impressive if so.
I would have to agree on that one. But if that's it, we can easily fast forward and get you guys to the tavern.
I am cool with that.
Sounds good.
Okay. I know some of you have your tokens kind of scattered about, but you can all move them back to your assigned seat table.
I'm staying with the group this time. Or at least more towards the group than I was last time. Unless Tugo has a spot he wants.
No preference.
Obviously close so we can see the fight.
Oh, of course.
Once the fight starts.
So then, Togo, the competition in front between you and Z here. See who can
Really bring the house down?
bring the house down. Who can impress everybody the most.
Yeah, I think that'll be fun. Really should be a good performance, though I don't know. Did they say before or after?
Zanaki was the one that talked to them.
Before, I presume.
I would think so. I mean, wait, no. We're not an opener for anyone. We're definitely a closer.
Unless we're opening and closing.
That is true. We are opening and closing.
Besides, there won't be any house once we're done.
I mean, this isn't really a house, but
Potato,
I guess
potato.
people do live here. Wait, what do you mean there won't be any house here?
Because we're gonna burn it down.
All right,
We've been over.
we will put on a good show. You're right.
Yeah. Now you get it.
We're about to actually burn this place down, aren't we?
God, I hope
That
so.
was not in character.
Well, seems as we have quite the crowd here gathered today, and it was quite a special treat for each of you as well. Seems that the captain has, well, personally requested a performance from a traveler, a bard known from, well, seems from the southern tips of Raisk to the northern parts near Vala.
Don't fuck this up, Togo.
And without further ado, everyone, please focus your attention towards the arena area as we have a Mr. Tujo Hujpin.
All right, Z, we got this. We can do this. And I'm going to use one of my bardic inspirations on not myself.
Aw, thank you, but you really shouldn't help the competition.
I mean, you need all the help you can get. You're competing against me.
I won't turn it down, of course.
Also, I'm rolling a hit die, by the way, from last night.
Got
I
it.
forgot to hit my short rest.
Well then, with that,
pull a chair out there and get my lute out and sit down and fiddle with the strings and make sure it's all tight and proper.
you hear the crowd still giving a bit of a murmur around, but definitely seems to have died down from the roar as you make your way out.
Are you ready?
Let's go.
I'll do one long strum and just let it ring out and see if the crowd starts to calm down.
And they do. All the attention seems to focus towards the center of the tavern.
So I will start with a instrumental, just a nice light rising and falling, almost picking, and then I'll start singing, there's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. When she gets there, she knows if the stores are closed, with the word she can get what she came for. And she's buying a stairway to heaven.
Can you give me a performance check at advantage, please?
Oh god, I looked up where I saw that 7 for the hit dice and thought that was his performance check. I was thinking, oh shit.
I can't roll a 7 on a performance check.
Okay. You get a pretty good applause. It seems that there were a few, maybe notes played a bit flat at times and just not as perfect as you know it could be. But nonetheless, still very good. Bits of cheers begin to erupt and a slight round of applause.
And then I continue in a somewhat reversed scale, and I apologize. I don't know this song too well. There's a sign on the wall, but she wants to be sure, 'cause sometimes words have two meanings. In a tree by the brook, There's a songbird who sings. Sometimes all of our thoughts are misgiven.
Togo, one more performance check at advantage, please. The applause seems to grow quite a bit. Not much of a difference, but a notable difference to say the least. The sounds of them cheering out for an encore begin to ring out through the tavern.
Good job, Togo.
Of course, I would continue to play another song and keep going, and maybe not do my normal show, but as I do a song, kind of make my way around the outside of the arena, getting up to the people at the fence, and then let Tugo have a chance to put on a performance afterwards and kind of trade off if you are cool with that part. But
Yeah, we can try. Depends on the song.
I wasn't saying we sing another song. I don't have another one that I have right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Just
don't
as our
either.
key
I don't
flavor for the
either.
rest of the show.
I don't either. I honestly, that was the first time I had read those two lines because I memorized the wrong one.
All right. Well, as you make your way around the tavern, giving somewhat of a slight tribute to your normal performance, Sanzer will ask you to keep playing while the brawl begins.
Also, I apologize, but I think was the +4 from the pick added to both performances, Togo?
I don't think that he
Yeah.
has it added in yet, so I've been adding it myself.
Got it.
No, I need to make the actual object.
Well, what a magnificent performance! We will hopefully continue to hear more songs through the fight. Well, with that, there's only one round remaining, and with that, let me announce the challenger, Alencia. Please step forward.
She walks forward.
And our champion, and as each of you make your way in, the centaur will look at you and give you a bit of a nod. Friend.
Friend.
And then with that, you'll hear Sanzer yell out, "Begin!" And while we make our way in the turn order, can each of you roll me initiative? So if there is anything you'd like to do during the combat, you can. And then with that in mind, if there's any bets that would like to be placed, feel free to do so now.
And I can bet on myself, right?
Yes, that's correct.
I love the 2.14 addition to your initiative.
Tiebreaker, baby.
Always wins.
Oh, that was very smart of Sansa.
It's the deck score. In case somebody else rolls a 13 as well, then
Mm-hmm.
you see if they have their deck score and they're like that too, and theirs ain't the same deck score, then we know who goes first.
Zanashi, do you have a bet?
Nope.
Okay. Just wanted to double check before we moved on. But at the top of the turn order, we do have Modar. Modar, is there anything that you'd like to do as we begin combat?
Just the same as I was before. Keep an eye on the room and see if anybody looks suspicious or if there's anything that I feel is out of place. Anybody that's messing with anything.
Got it. So while you keep an eye out, what I will do is, if needed, give you a chance to interact as like a reaction in case that situation arises.
Okay.
Zanashi?
Just going to watch.
Okay. Togo, I need another performance check from you at advantage, bud.
Question. Oh wait, never mind.
doesn't
I'm gonna
matter,
let that.
completely.
I'm gonna let that sit.
Okay. Togo. Roll me a D100 and a D8.
That's either really good or really bad.
Okay, from the D100, I need a con save from everybody.
What would you say the rarity of the object would be?
Of this object?
Yes.
No idea. Probably legendary, because it pretty much kicks ass. That might be a little biased. I need the con save from Togo.
Myself included.
Usually, when a magic item is unique, it's just it's usually legendary by default.
That makes sense.
Okay. Alencia and Modar, each of you feel the ground shake. It feels as if the whole tavern itself is moving, shifting, swaying back and forth. You see little bits of cracks in the floor begin to open up. A reddish-huish light begins to emit. You see others, some of the patrons, and the centaur that Alencia is fighting, fall. Nearly a little bit less than half of the individuals in the tavern fall prone at this point. The ones that don't, Togo, throw bits of gold coin and silver and bronze coin your way as well. You get followed up by a few extra garments. You get a dragonhide loincloth. And I'm gonna just read it how I wrote it. Some dirty streaked leather boxers. And then roughly 4 individuals, 1 centaur, 2 orcs, and 1 human begin moving towards you.
All right.
as soon as I see this happening, I am casting Hold Person at second level on Togo.
On Togo?
Yes.
Okay. Togo, if you're resisting, which I'm sure at least one of you are, I need a wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
What was he casting?
Hold person.
Oh, absolutely resisting. Also, am I within 60 feet?
Should roughly be. But let us check. Just outside.
Oh.
The hold person cast is 60 feet, right? I don't want to be imagining that.
I'm pretty sure it is.
It is. Yeah. It is. Yeah. Shit.
But as these cracks in the floor open up bit by bit, the ground still shaking. The reddish-huish light still emitting roughly the same brightness, but the room begins to just grow hotter and hotter. This is when the centaur will stand, look towards you, Alencia, point at you, and say, "You do?"
I will look bewildered and just shake my head no.
Looking around from inside the arena, you can see the amount of fear over quite amount of the bunch of the patrons of the tavern's faces. You also see that the centaur before you, the champion, seems to be quite a bit shaken up. What is this?
As soon as I realize that didn't work, I'm moving forward to the range and attack again.
You just gotta wait till your turn and then you
Yeah.
can move forward.
You got it. Well, can I move on this turn or not? Because I haven't had any movement.
Well, because you were basically like holding what you were doing as like a reaction,
Gotcha.
then for your reaction being hold person, I'll just have to say no. But nonetheless, the centaur will just back away from you, Alencia, and say, "I think something wrong."
Let's pause this fight for now. I'll try to go over to here and just say, does anyone know what's happening?
I will point at Togo.
You see Sanzer's face just stricken with fear as she's getting up off the ground. Her short dwarven stature not doing her any favors as she kind of just rolls on her back a little bit as like a tortoise would in an attempt to get herself onto her belly in order to hoist herself up. What the hell was that? People, go and retrieve the gods! And then as a couple of individuals step forward, making their way towards the door, the ground falls from beneath them, and as it opens, more pits of this reddish hue seem to be coming up.
And this is coming up where in the arena?
I will start placing down some markers for you, my friend. But at this point, what I am going to do is stop the turn order at the moment because it seems that the two combatants have decided to figure out what the situation taking place is before moving on. You see the champion move towards the other centaurs, snap one, which seems to be in this slightly possessed state that's just giving Togo pats on the head at this point. More, more. You hear him call out. And then as the champion gets both of the other centaurs' attention, you see them each head for the door.
I keep playing.
So we can't figure out where the source of this energy is coming from.
Well, that seems like a pretty big source right there.
You see me pointing at Togo.
Start running towards Togo, but I noticed that huge thing that just appeared on the map.
Once that happens, I'm going to take a few steps towards the big one.
I'd still like to remain strumming the chord line from Barracuda. Bum-ba-da-dum-ba-da-dum-ba-da-dum-ba-da-dum-ba-da-na.
So, like I said, I'm just going to leave this track on for now while we have a bit of commotion going on, but taking us out of turn order. So, Modar, you are pointing over towards Togo.
Yep, and I am, like, as soon as I can do it, I am looking at stop him, and I am pointing it at Togo.
Well, why would we stop Togo?
Look at what he's doing.
He's playing his sick lute. Chug, 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 chug.
Seems fine to me.
You hear bits of shouts, yells beginning to call out as these holes seem to grow a bit larger. But
Is Togo's
now,
still playing his music?
yes, the shaking has stopped.
Listen, if he hasn't stopped playing music, as soon as I get within range, I'm casting Hold Person to stop him from playing music.
Looks like you're in range. So go ahead and give me the wisdom save, Togo. DC 16. It just gets worse and worse for you almost every time.
I know.
And you find yourself, well, held in place. You're
Wait.
unable to move.
Can I use the bardic inspiration for the saving throw?
Oh. Well, Togo did
It's only
give
a
the other Togo,
D6.
but it is, I was gonna say, I think it's only a D6.
Isn't it? I don't know what level you are, but it
Oh no,
grows
it's a
to be
D8.
a
It's a
D8.
D8.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep. From level 5.
All right.
Well,
You're
Yes.
using the bardic inspiration.
7 or an 8, bud.
Ooh.
Ooh, close.
Nope.
Unfortunately, now paralyzed, held in place.
I'm gonna as I'm going down, I'm going to shout out. It's a little bit late for that. We're going to need to do this together.
And once he stops playing, do these things keep growing or not?
The tavern seems to stop shaking now, and while everyone's getting back up to their feet, and these holes seem to stop growing.
Take the pick away from Toto.
And I will start to move towards him.
I'll get up and start walking that way.
This is when you get up, Tanashi. Like, man, this is a good show.
These guys better not mess with Togo.
I just want to get a closer view.
And I will look at Togo at this point and say, Togo, all you had to do
was defeat him at the beginning of this, and maybe this wouldn't have happened. Now, we may have to kill you to end this.
Yeah, you'd be
I
making a
already-
mistake.
I already beat him once. You think beating him again would help make it better?
Did you not see the death? In order to get rid of him, we must defeat him. Now, that was the easiest way I could think of that might possibly work. The last time you beat him was when you took possession of the deck, not once you were in possession.
But by doing that, then reforming it.
This has gotten way out of hand.
You're about to get you if you want Togo to be free, you're about to get your chance. But you'll need my help.
And why is that?
Just wait a second and you'll find out.
I'm running out
I
of
don't-
patience.
And I definitely am not interested in that at all. And I will look at Zanashi and say, Zanashi,
Listen,
Togo, I don't want to do this, but
Woody, don't mess with Togo. We are not killing Togo.
he's about to be free, body and soul.
At this point,
Help
a
me.
good amount of patrons have begun to flee as more of this heat seems to be expanding throughout the tavern. Bits of floor begin to catch on fire.
you need to stop this right now.
Then
Do you
release
have any,
me.
like,
Follow me.
Where are we following you to?
South.
Let's go.
Friends have come to town. They need to die.
What friends?
I use the term sarcastically. Alencia, I know you aren't very familiar with that term.
Togo, do you have anything to say right now?
Well, no matter what, I know I can't do anything while like this. But maybe I shouldn't have dueled the gnome.
Seems
I
it may
thi-
have been your undoing.
Did you duel the leprechaun?
Has it been enough time that I can make another wisdom save to resist?
Yes, I believe so.
All right, let's do it.
But as stated, the fire will begin to spread. You will see, like I said, quite a few of them begin to make their way out. Some bursting out through the windows, while others attempt to jump over the pit and out the front. And that is a pass.
Alencia, give me the pick. We have work to do.
As soon as I see him moving, I'm casting Burning Hands.
I'm gonna take the blunt end of my axe
Actually, no.
and try to make a
Magic missile.
hit on the back of Bodar.
Magic missile. Sorry, magic missile. I'm casting magic. Shit. Yeah, magic missile, not Burning Hands. I'm smart enough to know better than that.
On who?
I mean, it's
On
pretty
Togo.
obvious.
Okay.
As soon
just
as
double
Togo
checking.
starts moving, as soon as I realize he's broken that, I am casting magic missile on him.
Okay, and while you're distracted, Sanashi is going to attempt to bonk you on the back of the head, it sounded like.
Yep. I'm gonna start drawing my axe back as he starts to cast his magic missile. He'll get his magic missile off before I hit him.
And Togo and Tugo, where are you moving to?
I'm just holding my hands up, like, seeing Modar start to
Don't
do that.
shoot!
Like, what the heck? No! Stop!
I do not resist whatever he's doing.
Mordor, do you pull out the spell slot?
Yep.
Okay, roll me the 3d4. Or 3 1d4s plus 1. And Zanashi, taking a smack at the back of the head.
Yes.
13 damage, Togo. 3 bolts thoo, 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 hit you square in the chest as you stand there, bits of fear creeping across your face, the heat from the fire growing. Zanashi, go ahead and give me your attack roll. Uh, 16, I believe that beats your AC there, Modar.
Oh yeah, that definitely beats my AC.
So with the blunt end, of course not trying to like sever his head off or anything, go ahead and roll the damage. Okay. For you, trying to like an attempt to knock it out, that will be 17 bludgeoning temporary damage.
I rolled max damage.
Oof.
Heavy roll. Valencia?
I'm trying to process what just happened.
So I
So
took 13 damage.
It's
Modar
13 Togo.
used magic missile on Togo.
And after I hit him, I'm like, "What are you doing, Modar?"
He's
And
burning the
you-
place down. We need to destroy him now.
This ain't our place. Who the fuck cares if it burns?
That statement, golden.
Zanashi, in another life.
You hear a couple of screams as individuals fall, being caught by the flames, losing their balance, and then into the pit.
Valencia, you see he's hurting people right now. We need to stop this. That is not Togo anymore.
I ain't doing shit.
Valencia, running out of options, agrees with Modar and attempts to knock him out unlethally. With the staff, of course.
Oh, you mortals, always working with what
Well,
you know.
Togo, how the tables have turned, seeming to knock Zanashi out a few times with the spell sleep. It seems that Alencia's spell is going to maybe cause a little bit more harm.
I am going to use cutting words on Alencia and say, those jewels are fake.
There's the 15 does hit you, Togo, right?
He cutting words me and bringing it down to 10, I believe.
Ooh.
And it's 1d8, but the 15 hits. But
But the -5, then you're good. Nice.
I'll
Oh,
attack
perfect.
again.
$14.
does not hit.
Okay.
Damn it, you demon.
You might want to move out of the way, Modar. We need to take him down, but not kill him.
I'll say this again. This is all pretty wasted.
23
Sure.
definitely hits.
Harming people, then you need to put an end to it.
I
You're-
can't. I'm not doing this. Like I said, friends are in town.
Then what do you suggest we do?
Kill them.
Where are they?
Not here. Nearby. Let's go.
Roll damage for the hit on your unarmed strike. 6. Again, in attempts from what you were stating to knock him out, this will be temporary damage towards you, Togo.
I took 6 points of damage.
She reluctantly listens and just starts dashing out looking for any foes or people needing saving.
I'm gonna look around and see if I see a window. Is there a window behind us where those 2 orcs are?
Yep, and that's exactly what they went out, being followed by a couple of others. And I mean, at this point,
It
either
should be 35 feet to get out.
yes,
So I'm
either
just gonna try and dash.
individuals have fallen to their assumed death or made their way out, just slowly removing each person.
I'm looking
I'm
for
trying to get out.
people trying, like, need of help or any enemies that need to be taken care of.
I'm following Togo.
I'm assuming Modar does not take an attack of opportunity against me.
Oh, I absolutely do.
Oh, jeez.
100%. Modar is in kill mode at you right now, Togo. Like, as far as he does not believe a word this demon is saying and believes that you are it, unless I need to make a roll to believe otherwise.
You can give me an insight check.
To be fair, I do lie quite a bit.
With Tugo's words, it's him stating that he is not causing this. Well, I mean, it's sort of half true. He's not causing this to continue, but was kind of the cause. So, but with the friends being in town and how to stop it down to the south, that is true.
I believe the fact that, however, to stop this is to the south.
Indeed.
All right, then I will follow him. If I believe that part, then I will follow him out.
And Alencia, with you looking around, the only thing that you can do seems to be escape. There are no enemies, no one that seems to need saving, just the flames growing larger and larger.
Okay. Am I using the same movement I had, or do I have full movement?
Yeah, full movement.
Alright.
As they get out, I'll turn around and look at Modar and say, oh, God, Modar, that hurt.
So where are they?
Nearby, I'm not some kind of compass.
If we don't see him in the next 5 seconds, we're taking you down.
All
That
right.
is very aggressive.
You're not taking Togo down, at least not kill him.
It seems a bit excessive.
I say we find who it is he's talking about.
Make good.
We
of.
can at least look around the building.
I seem to have lost the map. I got kicked out and had to rejoin the website. I don't know what happened. I don't know if you need to reshare it or what.
We're on the main map now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Indeed.
if you want to find my friends, go south. Follow the heat.
As you make your way out, I mean, the flames just beginning to grow over the Maiden and Cauldron, bit by bit. Guards have begun to arrive at this point as the kind of a decent crowd has begun to grow. The guards with buckets of water, and I mean, just seeming to fight an unwinnable situation here. But with Tugo's follow the heat statement, as you all look around, you see little fractures in the land, little pits of fire, and they are stretching from your direction down to the southeast.
I'm going to start following them.
I'm right behind him.
Yeah, I'm following Togo.
You better
Len-
not waste
I just
your
imagine
time.
Modar walking with his staff up, like taking very small steps, keeping behind me, just ready to knock me out.
Same.
No,
He's in a better position.
After we get
No.
a few 100 feet away, I'm going to look to the rest of them and be like, how much did y'all wager on Alencia to win?
I didn't
Matter
think
at
we'd
this
see the
point.
end to the fight, to be honest. So nothing.
Doesn't matter right now.
If you wagered any money, you done lost it.
Well, there's still a bunch of coins. I'm sure we could go back for.
Later. We need to find your friends.
Yes, friends. Now, mind you, we're gonna need to be real careful for this. All that hooliganry that you all did against me and each other.
One more word about that, and I will end you now.
Listen, Modar, I think that's a very valid point. That really hurt.
And it's gonna hurt even more. I promise you that, Togo.
Listen, if you want Togo to be Togo again, this might be the only way.
You this one chance, and if it doesn't work, you are finished.
Like I said, I'm immortal. That really doesn't matter to me.
So you would kill our friend Togo. Just
Actually, at
because
this point, it seems
you
like
can't
Modar's the
figure
one
out how to get this other personality out of him.
Togo won't die. Togo won't either.
If it means stopping others from being harmed, absolutely yes.
Besides, Togo's my favorite.
I do have that effect on people, Modar. It is the natural course of events. Eventually, I end up there at the top.
Don't get me wrong, Togo. I enjoy your company, and I really do consider you a friend. But I will not allow you to keep wandering the world if this is what you're going to do when you show up to places. You and me both know what this thing will do. Leave no witnesses. If you kill everyone you come in contact with from here on out, I will end you here.
Modar, that means we both know what's happening. The chance of summoning something happens. We both know that. You told me after investigating it. You looked at it and said, hey, this could happen. And that's what's happening. And then you still think that it's not me. There's something that is here. You know this. You told me about it.
I already summoned it. It is here. The demon is inside of you. Yes, that's what happened the first time you played. You summoned it. I don't know what this is, but we need to unsummon that demon. So you need to defeat him. You failed to defeat him. Now I will.
I throw my hands up in the air and just start following the lava.
The floor is lava. Watch out.
Yeah, I'm going to be careful around the lava. But I'm going to follow him.
It's one of my favorite abyssal games to play.
Well,
Honestly, I've never played.
Well, you're playing right now.
fortunately for each of you, as you all begin to just slip away from the Maiden and Cauldron, it seems that all the attention is just on the tavern, the flames growing higher and higher. Soon, the first floor seems to be completely encased as it makes its way up towards the second. But following the lava, luckily, little lava pits, luckily the ground is not shaking, so it's quite easy to avoid. Modar, how are you feeling about this situation?
I am on, like I said, if there's not something down there, I am killing Togo in a heartbeat in order to stop all of this.
So, Alencia, am I going to get that pick back or what?
I will shake my head no towards Alencia when he says that.
When you prove yourself to be helpful.
Listen, if it... Yeah,
You-
never mind. You'll figure it out.
She's still trying to search for the source of the fire.
Do you need the pick, Togo?
I look at it. I look at back. you'll get that pick back over my dead body. Valencia, if you hand it back to him, we do start attacking again.
We have more pressing issues.
He is the pressing issue. He is causing this. We defeat him, it goes.
You're breaking my Taunton Hamish heart.
Continuing following the trail, making your way past the little bits of farmland and into the bits of forest and plain area.
I'm keeping a very keen eye on my surroundings.
Can I make a perception check to try and follow any smells of sulfur coming from
Indeed.
nearby?
Go ahead and give me a perception check. At
I'm assuming
advantage.
you need me to.
Yes. One more time from it being an advantage. From the pits around you, the entire area seems to be filled with the smell of sulfur.
We're near. Be on your guard.
If we can get through this without having to kill or hurt Togo, then I'm putting my last bit of trust in you.
To be fair, I don't think I had the first bit of trust either. We kind of skipped that phase.
I'm sympathetic towards Togo, but not you. So it's a little bit of complicated situations.
Yeah.
At this point, the pits seem to be getting larger and larger. Soon, the sun seems to be nearly an hour away from setting at this point, continuing to move following the path for a few hours. At this point, can each of you give me a perception check?
Do I need to roll twice, one for me and one for...
Yes, you can just, I was going to say, do it at advantage if that helps. Okay. Modar, Zanashi, Togo, and Tugo. You will each spot 4 fairly large size pits, then hear bubbling. As you look over towards the nearest one, being a safe distance away, you can see that lava seems to be rising.
Togo,
Alright.
what are we supposed to be killing?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm just getting flashes and images from Tugo.
I tell the party to look down in that pit and to strike now.
I walk over to the pit.
I look for something to strike.
Same here.
Alright, you all should be on this map with the pits.
Pit, we all in it.
But with that, then each of you, as the bubbles kind of just gurgle as they pop, bits of a sound of a lute playing seem to emit from each of the popping lava bubbles. A long strum seems to be echoing out from the bubbles, then moves to your northeast one, then to your southwest.
I look up at Modar and say, or Alencia and say, I get the feeling I'm gonna need that pick. We're gonna need all the help we can get.
How do I know he's not going to turn on us?
And I'm
All
still
it said, Modar,
shaking
was
my
we
head.
have to defeat it.
And it's inside of you. Don't you understand that?
Did you not just hear the magic bubbles of song coming from lava pits descending from the middle of the earth?
A longer strum emitting from the southwestern pit. Zhung! Rings
over
out.
and-
Spew of lava shoots up. And then a very large demon begins to emerge.
I immediately hand the pick over. Don't make me regret it.
And then this is where we will just take a small break.
Alrighty.
I try to tell y'all.
So we'll be right back in just about 5 minutes and see you all shortly. For whatever this is.
Oh my god, y'all tripping.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So, as we get back into this, before you, a grayish-skinned demon seems to have emerged from the southwestern pit as it is followed by the echoing sounds of a lute just ringing out over the area. This melodic tune carries out far as you all can practically see. You can see each of the trees shaking, the sound seeming to give off a bit of force with it as well. The demon then will remove this black scaled lute from its back, stretch its hand out towards Togo, pointing, saying, "You will return!" And with that, each of you roll me initiative.
That was pretty lame.
Thank you.
I got a 22.
What can I say? I took all the musical talent in the family.
Is that all I can roll for initiative? I'm trying to piss the whatever made this voice. I'm trying to piss it off.
Well, that will. I think I got everybody. Alencia and Modar both out of 22, and then I need Sanashi.
Sanashi rolled.
There it is. It was just showing up weird. It was in the wrong order. On my GM screen, it had you above her, so I didn't think that she had rolled, being it was a 13. But then scrolled down, so I just had to adjust it, but we're good.
So, mechanically speaking, is everyone technically at full health for this?
It would have been
No.
a couple of hours, so a bit of the temporary would have fallen off, but just reduce it by 50%.
Rounding up or down?
Rounding down.
Alright, so that's
But you're talking about the damage because
That you had sustained because Modar's a bully, yes.
got it. So
Trust
I
me,
will
in
heal
Modar-
9 points at a night.
guys, Modar's first action might be casting magic missile to take Togo down. That's not outside of the options right now.
Well, we'll see. Alencia, you're up first.
I use Healing Hands on Togo, and I say, and I stared very intently in his eyes. Put on a good show for us. Please.
Oh, you betcha.
Be sure to focus on the demon, and she'll take out her sword.
Can you roll your heal for me, bud? Ooh, nice. 11 hit points to you, Togo. Replacing a good chunk of that magic missile.
And
That puts me
I'll,
back up to full with healing 9 from or losing half. So
I'll use patient defense. That's my turn.
Okay. Then we move to you, Modar.
Alright. Modar is seeing this demon pop up, casting Mage Armor. And he is going to move this way and keeping an eye on Togo. And
Okay.
that's going to be it.
With the flap of the wings and a strum along the lute, you each will see this slight, it almost appears as if wind becomes a bit visible. And as this stream comes from the lute, moving its way towards Togo, Togo, can you give me a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage, please?
Ooh, Togo is not very wise.
You begin to feel as if your mind is splitting into two. You feel Tugo's presence being ripped from you as he attempts to claw and just hold himself to you. You hear a few words. Oh, I don't know if you're there. Tugo?
Yes.
Any parting words as you feel yourself being ripped away from Togo?
Oh, I didn't know that was my prompt.
Yeah, that's your cue, bud.
Sorry. Well, it was fun. Goodbye, Tugo.
Wait, what?
And then with that, you feel yourself grow a bit nauseous. And as you feel yourself about to vomit, this bluish light begins to just be pulled from your throat and out of your mouth. This oddly shaped form begins to travel towards the lute and then be absorbed within it. And then the demon will call out, "And your soul to follow," strumming again on the lute.
Wait, I'll play you for both of us.
Sanashi.
I'm going to move in and attack.
$26. That's a solid hit. Unfortunately, the 12 is not. Sinking into it once with the Elf Mutilator, the great axe that you forged back at Vala. But unfortunately, the second swing unable to find its mark.
You're going to die, demon.
A strum comes across the lute, and then it just kind of gestures towards you with a slight nod of the head. Is that the end of your turn?
That is. I can't really do anything else.
Wow,
You don't have a second attack?
he did. He missed. I was surprised you didn't rage. Don't you have one left?
Nope.
Oh,
That's why I bowed out of the tournament. Because I
Facts,
used
that's
my
right.
last rage.
Togo, it's your turn.
I am going to pull up my viol and start playing a very wicked fast song on it, kind of going up and down in long notes and strings. And as I do that, I'll start murmuring to myself and cast Fairy Fire on just the demon.
The devil came down with Georgia.
100%, that's what it is.
Perfect.
Looking for a soul to steal.
Is it a deck save?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Okay, I got it.
It's a 14 on the deck save. I believe that's still a fail.
16. So
Yep.
yeah, it's a fail.
Well played.
All attacks will now have advantage, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I always get
Also,
that one and then something else mixed up where they have disadvantage, but I always, always try to double check.
Vicious Mockery
Thank you.
is disadvantage.
Did you have a question there, soul that's been absorbed?
Nope.
Okay. Is that it for your turn, Togo?
I guess just with my... I'm just going to keep playing on my viol for this turn, and then... yes, that's it for this turn.
All right. Alencia, you're up. Modar, you're on deck.
She looks probably the most pissed that you've ever seen her. And she slashes at him.
Okay. 27's a nice hit. You see the cut sink in with your sword, but as soon as you notice the poison begin to take effect, it ceases immediately.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then she would immediately switch her weapon.
Got it. 11's a miss. Unarmed strike with 21, that's a hit. Right now, 5 damage, got it.
Yep. Flurry of blows means just one more unarmed strike, right?
Correct.
I don't know if that's worth. I'm gonna use Hands of Harm on that last unarmed strike. To do 4 more necrotic.
Got it. Anything else, bud?
Yeah, I think I'm going to move here.
Okay. It will attempt to attack you with the opportunity attack.
Sure.
For a 20 to hit.
It's
You take 19 damage, psychic damage, as it claws into you. Each of you see the claw not ripping the flesh, but literally phasing through Alencia's back. Then, as it moves away, beginning to draw back, you can see bits of splatter of blood following the claw as it moves its way back towards the demon. Is that it for your turn there, Alencia?
Yep.
Modar.
Modar just looks at this thing and throws a firebolt at it, see if it does anything.
Okay.
And that's an advantage right now.
Oh shit, yeah, that's right. Alencia, can you re-roll your quarterstaff attack? And yes, it is at advantage. I believe it's all attacks, right? Not just melee.
Let me double check. And shouldn't she reroll everything just to make sure she doesn't crit?
Yeah, she can, for sure.
And it is any attack roll against an affected creature or object.
Okay. So roll the damage for the quarterstaff, and then that's it.
And I'm gonna use 2 staff charges for extra damage.
Got it. Just for a bit of a description, since the absorbed soul may not understand exactly what you mean by that. As the staff connects, you see a little bit of an extension from the staff. It grows from the point of impact, arching up and then back down as it hits the creature once, and then again, boom, 2 more times with the strike from the staff. "19 hits. Good thing you had advantage." You can see that it has a bit of an effect, but not as much as you would have anticipated. It gives you a smirk as it gets struck with the firebolt.
Alright, and with that, Modar is going to move over here and call that good for his turn.
With its intention focused on Togo, it will just land right in front of you, Zanashi, and then begin to walk, moving past you, just saying, "Move."
Over my dead body. Opportunity attack.
Mm-hmm. A 14.
At advantage.
Yep, I was gonna say. 18's a hit. 7 damage. And even though this creature is quite large, it seems to move quite slow. Each impact with its hooved feet seem to be leaving a fairly decent-sized hole in the ground. Making his way past Zanashi, finds himself just out of range from Togo, beginning to lunge forward. Zanashi, it's your turn.
I forgot to roll it twice. There we go.
Hey, both 25s. Strikes for 12 damage. Good. Ooh, a 27. Nice hit as well. For another 11 damage. 23 damage coming in total from Zanashi, hacking into the back of this demon twice with your great axe.
I am going to kill you, you foul beast. And that's it for me.
Togo, can you roll me a perception check?
Perception.
You notice while it seemed to have been focused on you, as it moves closer, it is not focused on you at all. Just the black obsidian pick you're holding in your hand.
As I notice that, I just drop my viol and pull my lute from my shoulder.
Okay.
And then, would that be a bonus action?
Free action. You're fine.
Free action? Okay. I will step up to it over here, and then, continuing to play the same song, just start whispering as I'm there. Cast whisper. But I am playing with the pick as I can.
Okay. Now, Wisdom saving throw. Can you roll me an additional 4d6? Playing this with the pick seems to have a very detrimental effect on this creature. Its head begins to grow. And that will make it flee from you too, correct?
Correct.
You moved closer? Oh.
There we go. It will be an opportunity attack from both of you.
This is I've already used mine this round.
Oh, yes, good
Your
call.
reaction?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did.
He did when it moved away.
I am actually not going to use my
Heard.
reaction.
Well, no, the thing moved before his turn. He attacked, so he gets another one. This is a new round, isn't it?
No, Zanashi
No, on
goes
the bottom of the round.
Right after the creature, and Togo's at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Togo's at the
Valencia's
bottom of the
the
action.
start
Okay, all right, gotcha.
And then I'm just going to take 2 steps back.
Wait.
Okay.
Zanashi should have her reaction.
No, because
No,
it goes.
Zanashi
The
took her
the
reaction
creature
when
moved.
he walked by.
Yeah, creature moved. Zanashi took reaction, and then went to Zanashi's turn, and then next turn starts a new round.
Yeah, so Zanashi has already used her.
Yeah, I've used mine, Alicia.
See, I thought it was once you got your turn, you got your reaction back.
It's per round.
Wait, I'm starting to wonder if we're confusing Clue's rules with the thing, but I'm pretty sure it's just the round. I'll look it up. I'll look it up, but for now, with Togo, that's the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right, Valencia.
It's all of that because someone came away. Alright,
Yeah, it's once per round.
just gonna step back a little bit and then fire a poison crossbow at it.
It says that it's you can only take a reaction once per round, but you get your reaction when you take a reaction, you can't take another until the start of your turn. So it's noting that the rounds for that specifically go off of you. So yes, Zanashi, you actually would get another reaction. We dropped that part for your games, which is why I wanted to look it up because of the random initiative that we do.
That's right.
That's good to know.
Okay.
I had assumed differently.
Yeah, I mean that's what the book says. You can take your reaction. You can only take one reaction per round. When you take your reaction, you can't take another until the start of your next turn. So because Zanashi did it, and then it was Zanashi's turn, and then the creature moved, she actually does get it back. Which, like I said, I think we had the confusion there from we do a random initiative rule for Clues games to make it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, everything refreshes on your turn, basically.
Yep.
Is what it means.
So, from the attack, 10 damage. All right, and then Alencia, you had only moved, I believe.
Yes. Right there, actually. And I'll fire a crossbow. Advantage, right?
Yeah. I was gonna say, unfortunately, the 10's a miss, but you have an advantage. So 25, good hit.
And a Constitution save.
A natural 1 on the save. So it has super disadvantage on its attacks.
I run up to it and use my second attack.
Got it. .23 is a hit. 12. Nice attack.
2 charges.
And it is looking pretty rough. At each strike that you deliver to this creature, the loot seems to be breaking and cracking along with the damage that you applied to it.
And I'm going to use my unarmed strike. What the frick?
Unfortunately, that's a miss, bud. A 2
flurry-
and a 1.
Flurry of blows.
That's terrible.
No, wait, sorry, wrong button.
There you go. That looks more normal for you. A 24 is a hit.
4. Hands of Harm, which deals 3d4 now that he's poisoned. Which is called Hands of Agony. Oh, that's just a terrible roll.
Wow. Every time I see a roll like that, it just reminds me of Akka's roll when he cast Burning Hands and for 3d6 rolled 3 ones. Felt good. And as
good
this
times.
creature is being pummeled, bit by bit, the loot that it was carrying cracking more and more. You see pieces falling in a light beginning to emit from it, bluish in color. Is that the end of your turn, Alencia?
Yeah, she's just has a look of fury in her eyes.
Togo, give me a performance check.
Straight performance.
Straight performance. Okay, thank you. The head is continuing to grow. At this point, it seems that any type of puncture or wound will bring it down. Modar, it's your turn.
All right, Modar is looking at it, and he's gonna throw another firebolt at it.
Okay. 23 hits, and that is a much better damage roll than you did last time. And as the firebolt strikes the creature, the head pops. This purplish liquid begins to just spew all over the road, grass, Alencia, and Zanashi. Bits dribble into the lava as well. You can see this beautiful colored smoke emit from the lava as it evaporates, as it touches the lava. With that, the loot will begin to break as well, and this bluish light will begin to grow brighter and brighter. The creature begins to vanish. The loot will then fall to the road, cracking bit by bit.
Told you were gonna die.
And the loot growing a brighter and brighter blue color. And then, can each of you give me a perception check, please?
Guess I'm just too focused on something else.
Alencia, everyone seems to just be captivated by this light. You're the only one that notices leaves being pulled towards the light. It almost seems that an unnatural force is coming from the loot.
From the
Zanashi.
loot.
It's your turn.
I'm going to. Well, I guess I don't see what's happening with the loot because of my perception roll.
You notice the loot like cracking and growing brighter, but other than that, nothing else.
I'm gonna go over, I guess, and just smash. Was it the demon carrying the loot?
It was.
Yeah, I'm gonna go smash that damn thing.
Okay. Zanashi runs up. Give me an attack roll. I mean, fairly easy to hit, but as long as you don't nat one it, you should be okay.
Nah,
That one did.
nah, 1.
But I do get 2 attacks.
I love this game.
That's a little better.
Swinging down, the light grows a bit brighter. Kind of makes your eyes squint a bit as you strike down into the ground. Then you pull back up a second swing, all of your might crashing down into
I'm
it.
cutting words.
Lol. Wait, are you really?
Yes.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm cutting words.
Well,
Your
that's enough to make it miss. So
Your mama was a snowblower.
Don't talk about my mom.
unfortunately, as Togo calls out with an insult, it pulls your attention and you miss the loot. Still growing brighter. Anything else, Zanashi?
Nope, that's it. God
Togo.
damn it! Can't hit this fucking thing.
So is it like right in front of Zanashi?
About the location where it dissipated, so roughly around here.
Yeah, Zanashi just never moved herself over there.
I'm going to use the dash action and move up 50 feet. Do I see the loot, or can I pick the loot up?
Yeah, I mean, it's roughly the size of you, but, it's not terribly heavy.
I strum it with the pick.
Okay. A bright flash of blue light just pulses out. You feel the force. You all need to give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
This one here is an effect, correct?
Yes, this one is.
Damn. I definitely needed a advantage. But that still ain't a great roll. But man, I feel sorry for Modar.
I actually do too. Modar and Alencia, you feel this pulse force its way out from the loot as soon as Togo strums it with the Black Obsidian Pick of Destiny. Will you each move yourselves back? Well,
Oh shit!
Fuck.
Oh god!
I told you to kill him.
Oh man.
Modar, can you give me an athletics check, please? As you feel this force, you tumble over backwards.
Okay, it's the same. Shoot, I ran the wrong way. It's a +1, not a plus. Sorry, I just hit the wrong A.
That's fine.
So it's 1 less.
You
so it's
literally
17.
just needed to not roll a 1 for this. As you feel this pulse come back, I mean, if you were any farther back, you'd have been fucked. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt for the 15 feet here. But you feel this pulse, you tumble over backwards, and as you feel the heat growing hotter and hotter, you know that you're growing closer, getting closer and closer to this pit. You then reach out at the last moment, able to grab a bit of a rock. You stop your momentum. You look down, and below you, the lava sits. But with your check,
That'll be my turn.
you are okay for now, just holding on. Togo and Zanashi will notice that Alencia has been pushed away as soon as you strummed it. As the light dissipates, the loot is gone. You look around.
You destroyed it, Togo. Good job.
I felt it needed to be done that way instead. Sorry, Zanashi. I didn't mean to insult you. But I felt just breaking it wasn't enough.
No problem.
Alencia, your turn.
Well, first I yell at Modar to get away from the fire pit.
And I just look at you at that point. He's gonna kill us all. Get him.
I'm looking around
Modar
for
hanging
any-
over a pit of death. Fucking kill him! Don't save me!
I'm looking around.
All right. I mean, I thought I was the demon.
For any potential threat other than Togo.
Wait, who said that?
Nobody. Don't worry about it.
I'm assuming this isn't coming out of my own mouth.
You may be assuming incorrectly.
Well, actually, you are correct. Even though assuming usually makes an ass out of everyone here, the voice seems to be coming from the air. The blue light that has expanded from the loot, now retracting back towards its original location.
Yeah, Modar, no need to jump to conclusions. We're just helping a brother out. See? He's out of my head.
If he's out of your head, then please drop the pick right now. We don't need to have to do this all over again.
I mime dropping the pick and stick it in my pocket.
Don't ever use it, please. I'm still looking around for any other demons or something.
No other threat is noticed. The only issue is Modar doing a slight pull-up with his head just above the ridge of the pit.
Alright, then I'm just gonna heal myself.
Alencia, try and help Modar up. What are you doing?
Does Motor look like he's like 5 seconds away from tumbling in the pit, or can he stabilize himself?
He's like dangling, right?
He's dangling, yes. He's just like got his head done like a full chin up at this point.
Oh, he's holding on to the edge of it?
Mm-hmm.
He's
I
like
thought he was
Gandalf Fly You
standing the
Fools
ground.
level, right?
Yeah.
Alright, well, as she heals herself while running over, she grabs onto him and pulls.
Alright, Modar, give me an athletics or acrobatics check at advantage.
Acrobatics.
Or athletics, your choice. Alright, and you pull him up, Alencia.
Don't stand near fires.
He pushed me towards it.
I'm just joking.
With that, each of you see the blue light moving a bit quicker towards its original location. After being forced out from the breaking of the loot, the light begins to gather. It shines bright, you see a slight emittance of wings. And then, as the light dims, Tugo, you want to describe what they see?
Of course. Emanating from the center of these wings, a staunchly blue figure with hints of purple and black horns that starting from the back of the head and then twirling around like ram's horns. The figure landing softly on one claw, then the other, looks up, lifts its head towards Togo. Thank you. It's been a while.
Glad I could help. Is this the first time you've had a body in a while, or?
Yes, it's been a while since I've tasted such freedom. And unfurling the wings from my own body, you realize that I am 100% naked.
For heaven's sakes.
Freedom!
Free balling.
Is this out of initiative?
Yes.
I don't know, is it?
I mean, unless you guys are gonna attack the naked guy.
Unless
I don't know.
Modar's calmed down at this point.
Unless Modar has some fucking hate boner going on over there.
Just mad we almost pushed him into a lava pit.
I mean, if I were Modar, I'd be a bit peeved off. Almost died.
I've got a level 3 magic missile sitting on the tip of my tongue right now.
And
all
then
right.
on top of that, kind of ruined the Thunder being the only blue individual.
What about, we got Alencia. She's a blue-ish.
It's technically like, yeah, like a dark gray is what it's supposed to be anyway.
Yeah, we're really representing the blue, indigo, violet side of the spectrum over here.
I'm blue.
Alencia looks pretty mad, but she's not saying anything at the moment.
Well, come on. Where's your hatred, your vitriol?
It's a lot different now that you're out of my friend.
Yes.
Togo.
I guess it's just Togo now.
Yeah, I suppose it is, isn't it? I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit sad that it ends like that.
It was fun while it lasted.
Well, I'm sure there'll be a second round for me. Maybe not now, then, but someday.
Yeah, I'm sure you won't be the first entity to live inside my head. Or the last entity to live inside my head, sorry. But you were the first.
So, I guess this is the part where I'm supposed to fly off into the sunset, isn't it?
I mean, you're free. You said that. You do you, man. Like, I ain't gonna judge. I guess we have to go back and explain what just happened, don't we?
Yes, we did just burn down a building.
We didn't burn down anything.
Yes.
Looking around, has the magma kind of settled down? Has it stopped bubbling out?
It's stopped bubbling, but all the holes still remain. This area seems to have become a bit of a active volcano. Like tiny bits of them around I guess is a good way to describe it.
Yes, because we're not going to get blamed for this.
So
100%. I wasn't even there, to be honest.
Yeah, we just saw this gentleman as we were looking for what was causing it, and this gentleman informed us that something was going on to the south and needed to be stopped, and so we went down to the south and found a pit of boiling lava, fought a creature, did battle with it, and beat it.
Of course.
That is the absolute truth.
This was 100% due to some crazed demon pouring from hell out of the abyss and into the material plane. And you all stopped it. You're basically heroes.
are you done possessing people?
For now.
Do we get a reward?
I look down at myself. I don't think I have one.
Worthless.
Her eyes
Fair.
were falling where his eyes were going, and then immediately just gets flustered and looks back at his eyes.
Well, I tell you what. What if I hang around, earn my keep, pay it back? I do have slippery fingers, so to speak. Money just happens to find its way towards me. I'm sure you could appreciate that.
I vote he stays.
You vote
Same.
for a demon to travel with us.
He can acquire things, and I kind of like acquiring certain items or material.
Does his presence not inherently make things a lot worse for us?
He didn't try to kill us.
I mean his appearance, I'm not talking about his character.
I have no problem with it. I mean, he's not as ugly. Well, never mind.
Well, I suppose can't give us any more of an unwelcome than we've had another unwelcome. Can't be more unwelcoming than other individuals have been where we've gone.
I walk over to Lencia. I'm like, he's not as ugly as Modar.
Sorry, Modar, what were you trying to insinuate there? Am I on the same par as this demon, is what you're saying?
I'm saying we all bring an amount of curiosity at times when we show up in new locations.
I think a demon strikes a bit of a more drastic emotion than normal.
Well, can you change your appearance?
I believe that's directed towards you, Mr. Demon.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Yes, I do. I can. I have limited capacity for such things. But it doesn't last long.
How long is long?
An hour or two.
That's not reliable enough.
No, I don't believe it is.
I think that as long as everything is settled, then we can all go our separate ways and move on and continue what we were doing earlier. We don't need to bring another peculiar individual into this.
At the end of the day, I do agree with Zanashi. An extra set of hands, there's nothing wrong with that. We could use it at times. With that being said, we do need to keep a certain amount of we need to keep from attracting the law at us. And I will eyeball both Zanashi and our new friend as I say that.
We lose all bargaining chips with him around. We will never get what we want as long as he's here.
What race?
Oh.
What race is he?
I would, I would appear as a tiefling.
Okay.
With anyone who has a little bit more knowledge, might note me as a Cambion.
And how common are tieflings? I know where I'm from, it's definitely more accepting. Are they common around, or is it something that's really not seen at all?
It's fairly uncommon.
But they are known to exist.
Indeed.
Specifically to most, I would probably appear as a Glazia winged tiefling.
Just out of curiosity, are those wings functioning?
You bet your bippy they are.
And you're willing to come with us.
Yes.
Why?
What can I say? I have to watch after Togo.
And why is that?
He stole my heart. Besides, I'm immortal. I have to assuage my boredom somehow.
Suppose we'll ask Togo then.
And I have freedom for the first time in a very, very long time. And all this space to roam in. I have trouble imagining what it would be like to just roam freely. I would like to have a couple rules set for myself for once.
Well, didn't you tell us you were a, what was it you said? Succubus?
Oh, that was a lie. My mother was a succubus.
And
So
at
I
what
guess
point-
I'm half succubus, if that counts.
Well, one of those rules will be you do not lie to us.
Not even for fun.
Well, you want to gain trust. You don't do that by lying to those who must trust you.
Very well.
I use message and point it at our new friend and say, well, at least much.
As this message goes through, both of you will hear a voice. I'm still getting that pick.
Such a bore.
What was that?
It was brother.
Oh, you mean the one that just...
Yes, you kicked his ass. From here to right over there.
And why is bringing you with us a good idea again?
We all have our baggage. Mine is, the only difference is that mine happens to be useful.
It also seems like the brother is going to be coming after me. After what he just said.
Well, if you'd prefer, I could hold the pick. But, to be honest, I think you'll enjoy having it a lot more.
Are we seriously considering this?
We're going to keep that thing around when... So let me get this straight. The demon this came from was not you. It was that thing.
Yes, close relative. Real asshat.
And every time you play this, you have a chance of calling him to us.
Maybe, maybe not. Since we summoned my brother, kicked his ass, again, from aforementioned here to aforementioned there, he has, the magic perhaps has been dissuaded, destroyed, dispelled maybe? I'm not sure. This hasn't happened before.
Valencia.
But if I was to take one guess, I think that pick, there's more magic to it than just me and just my brother. It seems to have a Ferris wheel effect. I think Togo is just as marked as I am. I think you'll want me around just to protect him a little bit longer, wouldn't you think?
If it will put your mind at ease, Modar. Here, I'll pull the pick out and start walking towards him. Look at it again. See if you think it's changed from before we looked at it. See if there's anything different.
I will take the pick.
I stand very close by Modar as I hand it to him, though.
Practically in
And-
your pocket, Modar.
And I will look at him at this point, and I'm like, this should be destroyed. You know that.
Do you
And
think
I
that
will.
we can destroy it?
I'm gonna look over. Are these pits still boiling? It's not boiling over, but is there still lava in these pits?
Yes, there is.
There's only one. There's only one way for us to find out.
I cast sleep.
Well, this is gonna seem to get interesting. So how about we just call the session here as Modar glances over towards a lava pit. Togo gets an uneasy feeling in his stomach. And then that is where we'll call tonight's session. So, with that, I hope each of you had a fun time tonight. And hopefully see you all next week. Of course, depending on Togo's job, if he has to stay a little bit late, hopefully that doesn't become an issue. But, we'll kind of play it by ear. Go from there.
Sounds
For
good.
sure.
Cool.
Had fun.
All right. I'm
Indeed,
glad.
that was a lot of fun.
All the affiliates you can find up in the top left corner. You can find their corresponding pictures down below. If you click them, you can get directed towards their links. Lady Loxer for the character images and the logo for me. You can also find Sword Coast Soundscapes on YouTube and get some ambiance music and 2-minute tabletops for the map and map assets. Other than that, everyone have a good night and see you next time.
Good night.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night to all.
Good night, everybody.